Today, we're talking about the one person in the crypto industry that is completely responsible for the downfall of cryptocurrency at its current state. The one person who is literally responsible for the Terra Luna collapse. The reason why cryptocurrency is completely depressed right now is because of this one man, Scum Bankman-Fried. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about this lately with the whole incident with Alameda Research and FTX. You know, it goes very deep here, guys. I'm sure you've heard BitBoy Crypto talking about different things that have happened, and it's ridiculous. A lot of things I didn't want to say until I had verified information. You know, I do have a lot of information that's not 100% verified, but very good sources, as well as information that is verified. I want you guys to sit here and take a couple minutes and go over this with me, because there's some ridiculous stuff right here. And if you understand this, you'll understand the future of what's going to actually happen with cryptocurrency as a whole. So just bear with me for a second. My name's Justin, and welcome to 100% Crypto. Let me get to the point. All right, right here, if you look, we're going to go back to the beginning here. As of the 2nd of November, as you see right here, on the 2nd of November, we got this first report with that SBF founded company held significant amounts of the FTT token. Okay, the saga kicked off obviously on the 2nd after reports leaked a balance sheet from the Scum Bankman-Fried founded trading firm Alameda Research, suggesting the company held a significant amount of FTX token, FTT, the native token of FTX cryptocurrency exchange. A large trading firm holding so much of one asset concerned the crypto community and led to questions regarding the relationship between Alameda and FTX. And if you don't know, Alameda and FTX, both being owned by Scum Bankman-Fried, both being his companies. He literally had a back door, guys, taking money to be able to go in and take money from FTX and pull it to Alameda Research without no red flags being raised whatsoever. That's why we had an $8 billion hole or more in Alameda's balance sheet. And I'm glad all this came to light, because it's good that we got this person out of our industry, because he was the poison. He's been here for a while, and we do not need that. There's too many people that are getting led the wrong way. There's too many people that are getting strayed by fake influencers, people that are in this for the negative. If you're not here in the crypto community to further adoption in the correct way, if you're here to scam people, you will be found out and you will be thrown out of this community. We do not want you here. We do not need you here. You are hurting our people. All right. Sorry, I'm getting a little aggravated because it really does bother me. You know, I'm in this for decentralization and the proper adoption of crypto, not to work people over. Okay. Now let's continue on. Okay. On the 5th, a significant amount of FTT was actually moved from a wallet, actually being CZ from Binance's wallet. As you can see here, we actually had $584 million moved on the Binance. The next day, I believe here, you can see that CZ actually, CZ did the next day admit that it was him that actually moved the money to actually liquidate that portion of FTX's holdings. Okay, on November 6th, Alameda CEO explains the company's balance sheet. Alameda CEO Caroline Ellison tried to quell any panic in the November 6th tweet, saying the leaked balance sheet wasn't reflective of the whole story, and noting that the specific sheet was only for a subset of our corporate entities, as other assets worth over 10 billion aren't reflected here. Okay, that's odd, but let's continue. Okay. All right. Later on, as you can see here on the 6th, Binance sat there and put this other tweet out saying that they were going to liquidate FTX's holdings completely, about $2 billion worth of FTX and FTX equivalent holdings. Okay, as you can see, on November 6th, CEO CZ said his exchange would liquidate its entire FTT holdings, citing recent revelations, that have come to light, believed to be in reference to the Alameda balance sheet. Zhao said Binance held around 2.1 billion in equivalent in Binance US dollar or BUSD and FTX token due to its FTX divestment last year, but didn't clarify Binance's current FTT holdings, obviously, because he just had dumped them. He added it would sell the tokens in a way that minimizes market impact, expecting the token sales to take a few months to complete. And, you know, with CZ, that's good. I like to see that, you know, that's fine, you know. All right, now let's continue. All right, Alameda CEO offers to buy Binance's FTT token holdings, because they had the FTT token. Instead of him throwing it out on the market, Alameda offered to buy the token. Okay, for $22 a share, which was a little weird because she kind of drew the line in the sand there when she said $22 a share, which actually made lots of futures contracts build up around that price. That's another different story, but she made it to where basically causing a further collapse as soon as the price buckled below $22. Okay, but anyway, Shortly after Binance CEO CZ announcement of Binance is liquidating the FTX token position, Alameda CEO Caroline Ellison tweeted Zhao saying Alameda would happily buy it all for $22 a share, as I just stated. All right, let's continue on. Now, FTX on the 7th had a bank run. It began with the exchange. First, it had sluggish withdrawals. People were having problems getting their money out. It wasn't even problems yet with the withdrawals stopping completely. It was just like you would sit there and you would go to try to withdraw your money, and it would take extra time. Then you started saying that there was problems with certain things because the balance sheet or the books being overloaded with, but a lot of stuff, that a lot of more red flags just popping up one after another that made me tell everybody to get their stuff off of exchanges literally when I first saw Alameda's balance sheet. So I've been saying it since the end of October to get off these guys' stuff, So, guys, it's crazy. Really, the beginning of this month, I've been getting preached real hard, but it's not your fault if you have money over there, guys. You just have to understand this is why we need to use self-custody. This is why we need to have our money on hardware wallets and just transfer money to exchanges when we're using it, waiting for a trade, or actively in a trade. Besides that, you take your money and you have it in cold storage. Okay, let's continue. As the bank run happened, as you see, we had reports of rumors swirling. FTX users begin to withdraw their funds from the exchange out of fear that it would go bust. That was a good fear, because it did go bust. FTX US, and Alameda. And commentators implored those who hadn't already to get their crypto out of FTX. Sorry, I'm a little off on the reading today. Okay, on November 7th, SBF says assets are fine. He actually tweeted out that no customer, some deleted tweets now, he actually deleted these tweets saying that the customer assets were fine. They were all back 1-to-1. There was no risk at all. You didn't have to worry about any money being, that they didn't invest customer funds at all. They had everything. None of the treasuries were invested, none of that. Okay, shortly after the exchange addressed user concerns, FTX CEO SBF fired off a series of tweets saying a competitor is trying to go after us with false rumors. That was actually another one of the tweets, and adding that FTX is fine, assets are fine. Now, okay, let's continue. Now, CZ refused Alameda's over-the-counter deal. Of course, why would he want to buy your token? He's trying to get rid of your token. And it was funny because actually when he refused it, he's right here, as you can see, he says, I didn't say that it was a question. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. I think we will stay in the free market. I like that. That's funny. Okay, now on the 8th, FTT price and crypto market start to waver. This is when you can start to see the price of the FTT token actually start to buckle. And, I've been given the red flag. Multiple people have been given the red flag. Bitcoin Crypto's been giving the red flag to tell you guys to get out of this, trying to save you from any further loss of money or any loss of money at all if you would listen, in a proper timing. But that's not specific people's faults, because you don't expect big exchanges like this. Like, I understand that he was so-called crypto's white knight. It looked like he was doing good things for crypto, but unfortunately, he was a wolf in sheep's clothes, guys. Okay. Now, some analysis began to warn on November 7th of a significant price drawdown of the FTX token, FTT. Due to a series of announcements on November 8th, FTT price dove around 30% to around $15.40 from the $22 in a matter of hours. Like I said, she kind of made that get leveraged up a little bit by this $22 comment in the first place. So it pulled down a little quicker because of that move there. The price of Bitcoin also started to buckle with fears that FTX could soon be going under. And as you can see right now, Bitcoin's at $16,982. It's actually had a little bit of a pump so far today, which is good. I like to see that, but like I said, I'm waiting for the price to get back over $18,200 and confirm that resistance turned support. Okay, now let's continue. All right, on the 8th, FTX said it was in a liquidity crunch, moved to sell the exchange to Binance. They talked to CZ about actually selling the exchange. As you can see here, he said he was a liquidity crunch. He exhausted all assets are covered 1-to-1, and cited the main reason for FTX to ask Binance to step in was because of just the liquidity problem, as you can see. Okay, on the 8th and 9th, SBF removes assets are fine tweet. FTX websites go dark. That was not good. On November 8th, a few hours after announcing the deal with Binance, FTX CEO Scum Bankman-Fried deleted his accusatory Twitter thread that also claimed FTX and its assets were fine. Obviously, they weren't. And if you have to sell the company because you're in a liquidity crunch, your assets definitely are not fine. Okay, on November 9th, the websites for FTX's venture capital arm, FTX Ventures, and Alameda were taken offline, while unconfirmed reports circulated that FTX's legal and compliance staff quit. on November 8th. Reports on November 9th begin to surface that Binance is possibly looking to back out of the agreement. I mean, guys, it's kind of logical. Why would you want to stay into a company that you already know is an issue? And CZ is a smart guy. You know, he's been doing this a while, guys. Now, okay, right here. Binance officially backed out of the deal on the 9th. Less than 48 hours after announcement, you know, CZ sat there and he said he's done, you know, as a result of corporate due diligence, as well as the latest news reports regarding mishandled customer funds and alleged U.S. agency investigations. Come on, you know, we have decided that we will not pursue the potential acquisition of FTX. Now, on the 9th as well, you can see that the crypto market saw a sea of red. Bitcoin fell all the way down to $15,600, guys. Again, from this one person, this one guy. Analysts expect further downside, suggesting Bitcoin could settle around $12,000. As I've been saying all year long, $11,000 to $14,000 is where we're going to go, in my opinion, guys. You know, that's my opinion. If you don't like it, I mean, that's fine. You can have your own opinion. That's what it's about. We're supposed to sit here and we're supposed to open up a line of discussion and figure out all the information, put it together, and then come to the best decision. That's what we do here. Where none of us need to be egg-headed and go, oh, I got the best decision. Listen to me, because it's not that way. You need to leave ego at the door. All right. Now, SBF reportedly tells investors he needs $8 billion in emergency funding. That shows you he was really fine with that money, guys. Now, it's funny that the $8 billion in emergency funding, if you look at Alameda's balance sheets, they actually had about $8 billion in total of FTT tokens, which is ridiculous considering the fully diluted market value of FTT tokens is only $8 billion. And I understand there's different assets and, you know, the FTT-backed tokens. I understand all that, but still, guys, that's ridiculous. Come on. You know, $3 billion worth of the actual token that you're saying you have, and it's only got a market cap of $3 billion at the time. I mean, no. FTX website urges against depositing, unable to process withdrawals on the 9th as well. So you can see this is happening very quick, guys. All these dates are like, they're the same days. Come on. FTX's website experiences downtime on November 9th for around 2 hours. And when brought back online, it came with a warning strongly advising against depositing, stating the exchange was unable to process withdrawals, and the warning was further confirmed in a pinned post on FTX's official Telegram channel, with its administrator saying crypto and fiat withdrawals were affected and they had no idea when it would be back online, saying they also have a lack of information at this point. And this is your exchange? Like, guys, this is ridiculous. Why would you have anything here? You know? Like, you see the stuff going on with crypto.com right now, guys. Come on, pull your money, get it off. All right. I can't say it enough. I can't stress it enough. All right. On the 10th, I always say this name wrong. I think it's Sequona Capital. Marks down the entire 214 million FTX stake to zero. Venture capital firm Sequonia Capital tweeted out a letter sent to its partners on November 10th, revealing the firm had marked its $213 million investments in FTX and FTX US down to zero, claiming them as a complete loss. The letter says that the crisis facing FTX has created a solvency risk, I'd say, but claimed its exposure to the exchange is limited in its Global Growth Fund 3, where its cost basis for the FTX portion of the fund totaled around $150 million. It's a good portion for them, guys, and it sucks that they lost it over this one guy, you know, over this one scheming bastard. All right. On the 10th, Scum Bankman-Fried apologizes to FTX liquidity crisis and says he fucked up twice. Really? Is that a joke? That's what you're going to tell us. That's what you have the nerve to sit here and jump on your Twitter channel and say. You're going to hop on here and say you fucked up twice. That's an understatement. And then after this, you screw people out of all this money? You screw over 138 companies? And that's what you've been doing the whole time? The same way you did ICP, the same way you did Aptos, the same way you did New Genesis, just like Bip said. You know, that's information that I got out from him, and that's ridiculous. You should go check that video out. You know, it's just ridiculous, guys. You know, and then on November 10th, Japan's financial regulator requests FTX Japan halt operations. The next day, blockchain data suggests FTX may have resumed withdrawals, and they did. They took another it says 469, but it was actually over $500 million off, and I'm going to show you a few things in a second here. Stick around for a minute, guys. I'm telling you. Now, look, CZ speaks about El Salvador. All this stuff right here is just more stuff, more contagion with the FTX, the whole FTX scheme of things here. All right. Now, if you look, like during this whole thing, as this stuff was happening, I was just watching these different news articles, kind of baffled here. Now, right here, if you look, it says division of Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto trading titan Alameda's balance sheet. Alameda had 14.6 of assets as of June 30th, according to, sorry guys, about this little circle thing here. I'm trying to move this thing out of the way. So $14.6 billion. But the crazy thing about this is, guys, when you actually looked at this and checked it out, the balance sheet was full of the FTX token. I mean, the FTT token, the native token for FTX exchange. They actually had almost $8 billion of the token on there, like I was saying to you guys earlier. Like, look at this. The financials made concrete. Let me move my head on out the way here for you guys, because that's starting to irritate me. Okay. The financials make concrete what the industry watchers already suspect. Alameda is big. As of June 30th, the company's assets amounted to $14.6 billion. Its single biggest asset was $3.66 billion of unlocked FTT, the third largest entry on the asset side of the accounting ledger. A $2.16 billion pile of FTT collateral. There are FTX tokens among its $8 billion of liabilities, $292 million of locked FTT. Liabilities are denominated by $7.4 billion of loans to his own company from his other company, guys. Like, it's craziness. Now, it says it's fascinating to see that the majority of net equity and the Alameda business is actually FTX's own, centrally controlled and printed out of thin air token, said Corey Clipstein. Sorry if I said that wrong. Clipstein, I'm sorry. CEO of investment platform Swan Bitcoin, who is known for his critical views of altcoins, which refer to cryptocurrencies other than BTC, being Bitcoin. Alameda's CEO Caroline Ellison declined to comment. FTX didn't respond to the request. I bet they didn't, guys. Other significant amounts of holdings too, guys, because I know you're worried about Solana. Now, we need to shake the stench of Sam Bankman-Fried off of Solana. I understand that. Is it possible? Yes, I believe it is possible. Will it happen? I don't know, honestly. I don't want to sit here and lie to you guys. We keep it 100% on this channel. But like I said, other significant holdings include the 3.37 billion of crypto held, large amounts of Solana's blockchain native token, 292 million of unlocked Solana, 863 million of locked Solana, and 41 million of Solana collateral. That I didn't like to see, because when I see that they have $1.2 billion of Solana, it's just like, oh man. But you see how far we dropped, guys. We were at $38 and we fell all the way down to what, $12, I believe. So that's a pretty big drop, guys. Whenever coin sits there and drops out and loses, majority of its value, then you can definitely see that there's an issue. To continue this on, because I don't want to sit here and waste another 10 minutes of your guys' time talking. I just want to kind of get through to the point here. Right here, I like this. Binance creates industry recovery fund to help projects struggling with liquidity. Now, Binance CEO CZ clarified the project. Sorry, I butcher names. That's why I just use people's nicknames and stuff, guys, as you can see from the couple names that I butchered already. That the project is for other potentially strong projects and not FTX, guys. FTX is not one of the projects he will be trying to help bail out. Don't get that confused. And he stated very clearly, saying that liars or frauds would never qualify. I like that CZ's doing that, because that's good. Sam did it from a point where, and I'm not saying CZ's not a businessman and he's going to make his money, because of course he's not going to invest in stuff that you don't believe he can do something with, and that's logical. But what I am saying is, I would much rather see these companies in the hands of CZ than I would some person like SBF that has been a manipulator from the start. Like, guys, if he started Terra Luna, you do understand that when he collapsed Terra Luna, then 3 Arrows Capital collapsed. After 3 Arrows Capital, so I got a few of these written down: Celsius, Voyager, then obviously FTX, they just collapsed, and FTX US, Alameda, and they're attached to another 138 companies, guys. That's a large contagion. If you notice when ICP came out, now that was kind of ridiculous. Internet Computer Protocol. Now, when that coin came out, I really didn't know a lot about it, honestly, until I listened to a BitBoy and then started investigating a little further. And it's ridiculous looking at the information. They literally opened perpetuals futures 4 days prior on FTX and literally intentionally pushed the price all the way up to an unsustainable point. And then when it got to that point and they knew it was faltering and it was getting so weak because it was being artificially propped up, they listed the coin ICP on their platform. And when they did that, they shorted the shit out of it, knocking it to nothing, because when places like ICP give places like FTX tokens, they have to pay that back in 2 years. Sam didn't have any incentive of letting that token go up in value and actually paying it back. His incentive was to crash it to the floor and screw those people, unfortunately, because that's what this guy does. We do not need this guy in the crypto industry. I don't want to hear no apology. I hear right now, I just looked at, as of 40 minutes ago, he's actually out trying to collect funds, talking about he believes he can help save the, get the money back to get to make everybody whole again out of this. No, guys, this guy has already done too much. There is no second chance for SBF. There is no second chance for this guy. If you let him back in this industry, he's not getting let back in the industry. But if he was allowed back in this industry, it would be horrendous, But lots of horrible stuff is happening, and I'm not going to lie to you there. But don't have that defeatist attitude and understand things will get better. If you've been in crypto for a while, like I have, you'll understand that we have these ups, we have these downs. See, I bought into the high when I actually bought into crypto. I've been here through a couple of cycles now. Now I understand how the market works. So you just have to understand that you hold those bags. I'm not saying diamond handed. Obviously, if you have lesser money, you're going to sit there and you're going to want to get out at tops and then buy back in, hold stable, then get back in when the coin is lower. That's smart. But as you're building and you're getting more money and you're starting to build investment and HODL portfolios, then you're going to sit there and you're going to stack money off to the side as well as the money that you're using to trade. It's just moving up in the game. That's the goal here, is to continuously move up. You guys, please like the channel. Leave a comment if you want me to do a video for anything. If there's anything that you can think of that you would like me to talk about, that you would like me to comment about on here, I will definitely do that for you guys. I love that. I'm trying to build this for the community. 100% Crypto is a family. It's not just a channel. So if you guys could definitely subscribe, I would definitely appreciate it. I have a little less than 300 subscribers now, but I'm just starting out, and I can't wait to look back at this video when I have 1 million subscribers and go, you know what? 100% Crypto fam, I appreciate you guys, and I remember everybody from the beginning here. I remember each and every one of you, and you can believe that. Now, as far as all this stuff right here goes, guys, the contagion is definitely spreading a little further. It's not going to just stop. It's not just drop out of thin air. We had more stuff, like there's the I'm sorry again from him from Wall Street Journal. And it's just, they plug it everywhere, guys. Like, this is what's irritating me. Obviously it's a big issue. I'm talking about the sorry thing that we're plugging everywhere. I'm like, so what does that mean? You're sorry? I mean, is it just a joke? Is it, hey, look at this stupid guy talking about he's sorry? Now look, Scum Bankman-Fried steps down as CEO. Remember when that happened? I mean, all these red flags, guys. Every one of these red flags were just so, it's ridiculous. And of course they were good, right? But then they had to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And then they sat there and took it down. Like that's ridiculous. They took the company down, taking crypto down. One person. Like, it's just ridiculous. And then when I found out this right here, that FTX, when they said, was FTX hacked? Deep dive reveals there was a backdoor built into the accounting software. So in the later hours of Friday evening, FTX founder Scum Bankman-Fried secretly moved $10 billion in funds to Alameda trading firm. That is crazy. Via software backdoor. So he knew this, guys. This was all set up, as we've been saying the whole time. This was a set up from the start. These people need to be vetted. Like, they talk about proof of reserves right now. Everybody's been talking about proof of reserves. Blockchain technology is transparent. This is the point. Proof of reserve should already be here. We should already have proof of reserves for any centralized exchange that we are putting our money on. And that's only to sit there and put it on to trade or to wait for a trade. That's it. Then you take your money off and you put it back on your hardware wallet. I don't care if it's a Ledger, if it's a Trezor, whatever it is you use, Arculus, get it off there and put it back on your cold wallet. All right. Now, if you guys could do me a favor, like I said, subscribe to the channel. I'm not going to sit here and beat around the bush, take up another hour of your guys' time. Just pay attention to everything you're doing from now on in the crypto industry. Watch out for bad actors like these. This person right here is dead to the crypto industry. Put him on blast, guys. Make sure he is never allowed back in this house, back in the house of crypto, and that hopefully he will end up going to jail for the crimes that he's committed, because that's what I want to see. That's what I'm advocating for. I thank you guys for watching the video, and we got several more videos coming out. I'll see you guys later. Once again, my name is Justin. This is 100% Crypto.